Good to have you back on Global Business Report here on Arise News. It's still talking about investing in foreign companies. There's a new global trading platform in Nigeria which offers customers access to global financial assets. Chaka, a technology-enabled platform referred to as a digital investment passport, allows users to invest in stocks listed on NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, and the Nigerian Stock Exchange as well. It offers over 4,000 assets and indexes from companies such as Apple, Alibaba, Google, the S&P 500 index, and many more. And joining me in the studio to tell us more about the trading platform is no other than CEO of Chaka, Tosin Osibodu. It's good to have you, Tosin. And good morning.
Morning to you too.
Okay, so what are the prospects for investment trading platforms in Nigeria, generally speaking?
So far as you're offering something that people need, people want, it's easy to use. We think it's very positive, and it's only going to be growing with time. People get more access to information, more global companies being involved in Nigeria, and Nigerians themselves, growing their competence in terms of like digital skills and just general earning power. And so, we think in the long run, it's only going to keep growing.
All right, talking about foreign stock options, will that stimulate Nigerians' investment appetite to key into your platform, Chaka?
Absolutely. We've already seen it so far. We've got over 12,000 people on our wait list, and they're all enrolling now. And we've got a lot of people who want to partner. And so, we see there's a demand for this. And so we've been running to meet up with that.
All right, that's good. I think that's figure is quite encouraging. How long have you actually been on ground with Chaka so far?
Yeah, so we launched in the last couple of weeks. So it's quite a lot of interest in that short time. But people have known about our offer coming for about 6 months, and so people have been they've been anticipating this. They've been waiting for us to come so they can buy their Apple, buy their Facebook, and even beyond those common stocks, for sophisticated investors to be able to access the indexes from the likes of BlackRock, JP Morgan, Vanguard, Fidelity, and Co. So it's really the whole universe of global assets becoming available and very accessible. So even if you had just $100 or $200 or $50, you can still access these instruments with fractional investing technology, which is something we bring. You're not limited by the share price of a stock.
Okay.
So Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, the Oracle of Omaha, somebody that a lot of people look up to. One share in his company costs over $300,000.
Wow. That is a lot.
A lot, right? To buy one share. But you can still buy access to the performance of that portfolio, performance of that stock with $100 or $200. This allows people to build well-rounded portfolios without breaking their bank. And so that's a really powerful thing we're bringing to the market.
Indeed, it is. So Chaka is a Nigerian company, wholly Nigerian company here. So how do you hope to compete with already established trading platforms globally?
So the thing with trading platforms globally is that they don't really accept Nigerians because of the compliance risks that they face and the different funding mechanisms that we have. And so if you go to Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Interactive Broker, all of them, and you say you're Nigerian, you're not going to get an account. And this is something I've personally faced as a problem for the last 10 years. So this is scratching my own itch, but I know it's the problem that we generally face. And so, you have global investors able to invest into Nigeria, able to use these platforms as well. But then it's more difficult for us. So the next Warren Buffett, who is here in Nigeria, smart enough to read the financial statements, know all these things, what's his opportunity to execute? What's the opportunity to actually be able to access? He doesn't have it. These global platforms can't provide it. And so what we've done is we've solved the regulatory and compliance challenges there. So it's a straight-through regulated offer that is backed by U.S. regulators as well. And so this is like one of the first of its kinds. And so it's now possible for somebody who only has $500, America doesn't know anything about you, by going through the right KYC process, right verification process, they're able to access global markets.
Very good. When you talked about the difficulty in trying to access it initially, is that an image problem from Nigeria radiating to others? The risk, as you alluded to.
That's a very deep point you've struck on, because from our approach in getting this off the ground, that's exactly what we saw. People view Nigeria as we're high in the corruption perception index, we're high in the money laundering index, et cetera. And those are all things which are due to perception. When we actually walk through the facts, the bank verification, the BVN number, the whole system that we have right now for enrolling people, it's actually harder to cheat the Nigerian identification system than the American. So, and they admitted to that. And so really, from the hard facts perspective, we've solved the problem. Like Nigeria and the regulators have done a great job to solve that problem. But you're exactly right. From perception, from the point of view of how we're perceived, there's still a way to go so that people see that we're doing things right.
Very good.
Compliance is right.
And of course, just before you came in, at least you've done your research regarding market compliance and of course the market, the forces of the market as well. So trading in global and Nigerian stock investment within the country. So how would you describe it? How have Nigerians been responsive to that? You know, it's a new and emerging platform, as it were. So what do you make of that?
We've seen people with general interests. So, everyone has different levels of investing experience and knowledge, but everyone is interested in how they can put their money to work in the right assets. And so we've seen a range of people looking to learn more to people wanting to execute immediately. We have some people who are like, before we launch, when are you launching? When are you launching? We need to buy our Amazon stock. We need to buy our Apple stock. And so it's been great to see that kind of interest, and something that we think will only grow with more time. But I'll also like to underpin that, this is actually a benefit for the Nigerian stock market too. Something we've seen on our platform is that when people come on, even if what brought them on was the global stocks, one of the first things they do is buy Nigerian stocks because they may not have enrolled onto a platform just to buy it. But when you enroll onto a platform and it's there, it's like, okay, well, this is an interesting thing to...
Which goes to say, like, where does enlightenment come in to encourage that enrollment?
Yeah, I think it's ease of access. I think the Nigerian stock market, the Nigerian Stock Exchange is doing a great job, Central Securities Clearing System doing a great job, and I think what they're doing over the long run, reducing access barriers for Nigerians to be able to get onto the market, the regulatory requirements, and obviously trying to make the companies that in the stock exchange compelling for people to invest in, credible and compelling. And so, I think so far as people have a compelling enough reason to go through the verification, then I think the whole markets are open. I don't think people are as predisposed not to invest as we may perceive.
And still talking about investment, the ease of doing business regarding your digital platform. So how would you describe the journey so far and, the government's ability to create that enabling environment for you to thrive?
It's been fantastic. As I said, this is not possible without the work that the Nigerian Interbank Central Bank System has done over years. Nigerian all in every single day, year by year. We may not see it, and people can have their gripes, but it's there and it's facts. This offer is not possible without the work they've done, and so we are really building on the platform that regulators have set.
Very good. And in view of that, in 30 seconds, the future of digital investment platforms in Nigeria, your take?
Very, very bullish. I think the easier it is to access investment options and the more broad choice that you have, the easier it's going to be to get the best investment options for you. And so far as you're well informed, then you have nothing to worry about. And online, you're going to also get your information. And so it's more of a secular trend towards everything being digital and people being able to access both information and then execute those decisions that they want to make seamlessly.
Very good. On that note, Tosin Osibodu, CEO of Chaka, many thanks for your time. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.